shattering the illusion of objective phenomena and dismantling self-deception. Welcome to today's deep dive. Today, we are going to unravel and analyze a highly profound primary dialogue, a brilliant discourse between a master and a disciple, filled with a sharp, Socratic style of philosophical inquiry. To be completely honest, this exchange will take us on an incredible journey, compelling us to re-examine our most fundamental assumptions regarding reality. Are you ready to have your worldview thoroughly upended? Let us begin immediately. Let us slice straight into the most shocking and soul-piercing question raised in the dialogue. Imagine this. The master asks the disciple, if someone murders you inside a dream, would you experience intense suffering at that exact moment? Your answer would undoubtedly be, absolutely. Yes, when we awaken in the morning, we know intellectually that it was merely a dream. Yet, at the exact moment the dream occurred, that terror and pain were 100% real. This gives rise to a monumental suspense. Is it possible that the waking reality we currently inhabit is also just an exceptionally vivid dream? With this suspense in mind, let us enter part 1, Primary Wisdom. To decode these profound riddles, we must first establish a vital prerequisite. Throughout this discourse, the master delivers a strict, non-negotiable directive. The teaching must be preserved in its absolute, unadulterated, original flavor. When the disciple attempts to utilize his own phrasing to append excessive explanations to various Buddha names and technical terms, the master immediately rejects it. Why? Because once you over-explain or arbitrarily alter the concepts within the original source scriptures, people lose the ability to trace the wisdom back to its source. Retaining this pure flavor unfiltered by subjective consciousness is our only method to anchor ourselves within genuine wisdom. This is the absolute core principle of our analysis today, neither adding nor subtracting, striking straight at the original intent. Having established this principle, let us dive directly into the core analysis. Let us define what is meant by the patience of cognizing reality as a dream. Facing the vast and boundless ocean of the Buddha Dharma, the master points out that this concept serves as the fastest and most excellent entry point. It is actually exceptionally easy to comprehend because every single one of us has experienced dreaming. The experience is entirely familiar. Put simply, this patience means taking the exact cognitive realization you have toward your nightly dreams and applying it directly to your waking day. Once you truly recognize that present reality is identical to a dream, you can instantly break through so-called karmic obstacles and clear away every obstruction in your daily life. Part 1, Every State of Existence is a Dream. Development of this section is highly captivating. The master takes the concept of the nightly dream and applies it directly to the world we face the moment we open our eyes every morning. The original scriptures contain an uncompromising statement. All states of existence are like dreams and illusions. All of them are false and unreal. This statement does not compromise in the slightest. It forces us to confront the stark reality. Every state of existence we experience, every situation we deem incredibly real and which causes us immense suffering is, at its root, nothing but an empty illusion. It is fundamentally no different from a dream at night. This brings us to our next crucial definition. How do you define your personal state of existence? We must understand with precision what exactly constitutes your personal state of existence. The answer is highly striking. Your state of existence, to put it plainly, is entirely comprised of everything framed by your own narrow cognition. It includes your immediate environment, the people and events you encounter, the grand principles you resolutely believe to be true, every tiny thought bubbling in your mind, and most critically, your personal judgments of good versus bad. In other words, the world you see right now is entirely a product of what you have learned over time, conditioned by your environment, and subsequently labeled frantically by yourself. Such a subjective reality is actually riddled with absurdity. In the dialogue, the master provides an extreme yet highly vivid illustration. In your personal state of existence, you might fight to the death to defend the absolute truth that cheese is exceptionally elegant and delicious. Yet, within another person's state of existence, for instance, under a specific cultural conditioning, they might view cow soup as an absolute culinary delight. You find that unimaginable and utterly repulsive. Yet to them, that delight is undeniably real. What does this prove? Without the definitions provided by your own mind, an object inherently possesses no absolute quality of being delicious or unpalatable. This completely demonstrates that the reality we cling to so desperately holds no objective, independent reality whatsoever. Part 2. The operating mechanism of illusion. Let us deconstruct this layer by layer. The master asks us to verify a basic, everyday experience. At the exact microsecond you fall asleep at night, does your bed, your room, the entire planet, and the whole waking reality instantly and completely vanish for you? The answer is an undeniable yes. Conversely, the exact mechanism applies in reverse. The precise second you open your eyes in the morning, no matter what intense ecstasy you experienced in your dream, or what desperate terror you felt while being pursued by a ghost, that entire dream world instantly vanishes into thin air. Given that both realities vanish into nothingness, upon what ground are you so absolutely certain that the waking reality before your eyes is inherently more real than your nightly dream world? What mechanical formula does our mind apply day after day to fabricate this illusion? Here are the precise steps through which our reality is constructed. The primary database, the alive consciousness, retrieves raw, historical data accumulated from your past. The processing unit, the mental consciousness, the sixth consciousness, which is your active mind, begins to operate and process these data fragments. The emotional seasoning, this is the most fatal step. Your 5 primary afflictions: greed, anger, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt act like heavily flavored seasonings, stamping these objective data points with intense emotional labels. The ultimate result? Without even realizing it, you become the director and the lead actor of this fabricated movie of reality, spinning frantically day in and day out within the cycles of joy, anger, sorrow, and pleasure that you custom built for yourself. Part 3. Beholding all characteristics as non-characteristic. Having understood this mechanism, we arrive at the philosophical climax of the entire discourse. A profound citation from the Diamond Seer. All that possesses characteristics is false and unreal. What does this mean in practical terms? Put simply, you must verify within your heart with 100% certainty that the characteristics you attribute to the world, whether a person is good or bad, or whether an event is fortunate or unfortunate, do not exist in the objective world at all. All of them are your own projections. Only when you see through these labels and realize they are entirely false, do you truly touch the fringes of reality. To genuinely awaken from this grand dream of ignorance, the dialogue introduces a sublime concept. One must achieve the state of transcending dust and leaving defilement behind. These terms possess highly specific operational definitions. Dust refers to the unceasing stream of conceptual thoughts, random fabrications, and wild imaginings inside your brain. Defilement represents your emotional attachment to your intense likes, dislikes, cravings, and aversions. If you wish to awaken, you must first sweep away the dust of overthinking, and then vigorously scrub clean the defilement of emotional reactivity. Part 4. Acting in accordance with the Dharma. Hearing this, you might give rise to a massive paradox. If everything is a dream, and all characteristics are false, should we still put effort into our daily lives? How are we supposed to get things done? Do we simply throw our hands up in the air and sink into nihilism? The definitive solution provided by the master breaks this paradox completely. When executing tasks, one must strictly abide by the Dharma, that is, acting in accordance with the Dharma. The Dharma refers to objective formulas, universal laws, and the natural operational principles of all phenomena. Look closely. If you base your actions upon personal afflictions and subjective emotions, the result is guaranteed to be failure. However, if you establish your actions upon a foundation of wisdom, utilizing objective laws to execute your tasks, you will secure absolute, inevitable success. This is the ultimate secret that allows you to execute daily tasks with absolute precision while remaining fully awake within the dream. Conclusion: Fabricating Dreams, or Awakening to Reality. We have unknowingly reached the conclusion of our analysis. Since you are now acutely aware that the so-called reality you face daily is entirely a fabricated product woven by your own afflictions, here is the ultimate soul-searching question for today. When you take your next action in life, do you intend to continue utilizing your afflictions to construct a heavier dream? Or will you choose to truly awaken and act in accordance with the Dharma? We hope this unadulterated primary analysis brings a profound resonance and inspiration to your life. See you next time. This material is shared by the Buddha's Path Association of Australia. Thank you for listening.